Mic check.
A baseline of good, and then you can make everybody smile. But you don't set the expectation.
Not going to add 5 minutes. We're going to keep trying to troubleshoot this on screen. Hello, and welcome to another Daily Code Fun. I am One Lion. So this isn't going to be any different of an opening for people on YouTube, but for us people that are live on Twitch, my audio is broken. I can't get it to work, and I have no idea what's going on. Okay. If I played my standard audio at 6 minutes, standard audio from what? Oh, you know what? I wonder if. Oh. What was that? All right, cancel this real quick. Let's quit that. Sound? No sound. That's turned off. Yeah, phone sound works fine. That was my mama texting me. She ran into someone that I used to hang out with back when I was just a wee little boy in Junction City, Kansas. I said Kansas. They did come on the stream once before. You know what? I'm going to disconnect my headphones real quick and see if that'll give me audio. No. I got a nothing. Back when I was a half one line. Exactly, coding with Scott. Man, I don't want to use too much time for this. Get my headphones reconnected. Maybe get my headphones reconnected. There it goes. Goodness gracious, why you gotta be like this? Why you do this? I haven't a clue. The only other thing I know to do is to restart my whole computer, because I already did restart OBS and that made me start late. Late as in I like to start the stream 10 minutes before the actual stream starts. Sound drivers, how do I force restart you?
And if it was playing the song you already heard, you switch to one up.
And now you guys can hear that. So that's over on the Stream Scribes channel. He's semi-interviewing Berlin, Science Streams.
Twitch, you're gonna see people jump.
So you can hear that come through. And so what happens if I use my mixer? Mixing. Your best hits on C#. Stay tuned. Okay, soundtrack. What if we made you go through Realtek? Okay, that's not going to be good for me. That means that every single audio device is going to need to play through, or every single thing that I want to make sound on the stream needs to go through this. But that also means that I can't split it out for... Did that just work?
About this.
That just worked. So whatever I did gave us all of our sound back. Including the sound that Dukasoft just played. I have no idea why that worked. And then I switched the soundtrack to go back through the streaming speakers. Those are great. I gotta put this on camera. I love all of the emotes that you got, Dukasoft. These are awesome. I love this one. Absolutely love this one. These are awesome. Anyway. Okay, we got our sound. We've debugged, troubleshot, and now I can hear an echo of myself. I hope I don't hear an echo of myself. Kind of felt like I heard an echo of myself. Maybe I was just talking extra loud or something. Anyway, we can get started. Oh dear, you've caught me working on dynamically set the title bar color at runtime. Yes, that's right. I went back to toying around, messing around with the title bar, because if you were there yesterday, you saw that there was a talk about Blazor Hybrid on the .NET channel on YouTube and the Microsoft Developer or Visual Studio channel on Twitch. So they were simulcasting. And they were talking about it's the title bar app. They were talking about the Blazor Hybrid in general. So I asked my question about how do we customize the title bar in a Blazor Hybrid app. And so James Montemagno responded to my question on stream, on video, while the event was going on, and he's like, I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Please give me some follow-up. So then I put some follow-up in the chat. And then he said, also contact me over Twitter. So then I PM'd him on Twitter, DM'd, PM, private message, direct message, whichever one of those it is. And gave him the details of it. And his response, he actually went into, I can't see the laptop. He actually went into the question that I posted, which was super cool of him. I was expecting him really not to get back to me because he's busy and I'm just one little person. But he actually went into the issue and replied. And he said, try using the extends content into title bar. If you've been here throughout the entire stream that we've been playing with MAUI, you'll know that we've tried this quite a few times. I still think that I'm just doing a whole bunch of stuff wrong because I don't know enough about this. But I can hook into this lifecycle.add windows and then use window.extends content into title bar equals true. So what I did was I thanked him for that, first of all. And I was like, I'm going to put together some samples for what is actually happening for me. And this is the closest that I've gotten, again, for being able to customize the title bar. And I'll show you all of those things really quick, but I do want to get back to the application. And also, it is Community Day, but this will be my first topic of Community Day, which is, hello, Soften Software. I've been lurking on your streams, usually pretty quietly, but lurking nonetheless. If you guys don't know him, Soften Software makes Office add-ins using Blazor. I mean, he does a bunch of stuff more than just Blazor, but the really cool thing to me is you can create an Office add-in with a Blazor page that you can interact with, and that does stuff to whatever Office application you're using that add-in for. And it's just, it blows my mind. It's so cool to see. And then he was talking himself down. He's like, I'm just doing this boring thing. And I'm like, no, I absolutely love that. And he's like, yeah, I actually am really excited about how this is working. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. So yes, I hope you keep that confidence in what you're doing, that it's not boring, because it really isn't. It's really cool stuff. Anyway, interrupted myself. So I'll show you the closest that I got. We've done this before, and it seems to be working differently this time. I went very slowly when I put this together. I started putting all of these. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just that it was very, very badly documented, says Softer Than Software. And I forget that you mentioned that. But yeah, good stuff though. But so is this, in my opinion, and it's mostly because I don't know what I'm looking for. So I wanted to put together a repo. So I reused the same repo that I had before with that one sample. And I created separate branches for the different attempts that I've made so far. Real quick, what I want to do though is make a color picker. And I'm going to have a handler for it. I think this is how we do it. On change equals handle color changed. And we'll go down here, create a private async task, because I know that I'm going to be doing stuff. No, I don't. I don't know that I'm going to be doing stuff asynchronously. I might not be doing stuff asynchronously. Handle color changed. Change event args e. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is simply figure out what E looks like. We've done this with the card in our Blazor component library, but I already forgot what this looks like. So I'm going to console write line. Actually, I'm going to do it on the page itself. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Private string, and we'll just leave it as an empty string to begin with. Cur color string empty. And I would like to see what the value of cur color is. I put a semicolon. And the way that I'm going to do that is do cur color equals, for now, system.text.json.json serializer.serialize e, so that we can see it. Okay, so Soft Software was saying it takes way too long to discover how things work. I agree. Dukasoft says, my documentation isn't bad. It's just missing. Anyway, hi Zulius. Welcome in. Yes, I went back to the MAUI app issues that I was trying to get because on Monday I get to restart working on the application for, the client that I'm working for, working on the project for, and it would be really nice to get this to work. Yes. Who else? That was an accident. Okay. Oop. Okay. So here is how close we've gotten so far. And that is, I have an interactable portion of the title bar. There's supposed to be an image here, but for some reason I can't get the images to show correctly yet. I'll figure it out eventually, but that's not my main concern. And then the actual system provided title bar portion with custom content inside of that. So this is another button right here, but it's not actually clickable because it's inside of that content control area. It's orange. The other thing that's happening is because this portion from here over is system provided, I don't know if you can tell very much, but it has this kind of like mostly transparent white on top of it that I think is coming from the original system title bar. And then underneath is whatever this background color is for the underlying grid. So I still don't know how to target that thing to change its color. Oh yes, it's red inch. And so what I'm trying to do is, now that I can color the title bar background, the thing that I really want to be able to do is change the color of the title bar background while the application is running. It would be the same as being able to change our theme and then having that theme bubble up to the window itself, which I think I'm going to be able to do. Because we've already done some pretty cool stuff with using dynamic resources. And hello, Zan2622. Welcome into the Daily Code Fun. I took a quick sidestep back to a MAUI application that we were struggling with. I have been struggling with. Why isn't this giving me the external URL? So this thing just opened at 000, which is what the Blazor, oh, it's a hex color. What the Blazor app runs it, not Blazor app, Blazor WebView is running the application in. And actually, I think that 0000 is the actual address that the application itself runs in, and that's how you can do routing using something like App Shell. But anyway, simple enough. We can see that we're getting a string back. Not just any string, but a hexadecimal value string. So here's what I want to do. Oh man, I'm going to open up our other project, the Blazor components. Celia says, what I really want to do is make a title bar with integrated elements like the Visual Studio window. Yeah, that's exactly what I just did. The only thing that is different about what I just did is that I don't know how to target the background color of the remaining portions of the title bar. And then also, if I have something like this big gap here between this element, which is the last custom element of everything to the left of the title bar, and this element, which is the very, very last custom element to the control buttons. Yeah, exactly. It's MAUI, and that runs on 0000. But yeah, so just being able to target the actual title bar to change the color. What I want to do, and I promise this will be the last thing before I jump back to the project, is have this thing actually bind to cur color. Oh, what I wanted to do is open the the Blazor, what is it called? Blazor component library. Okay, and we did it in card. Actually, we did it in samples on the card sample page. Oh. Dang it, I was hoping it was open because it collapsed itself and I didn't want to have to re-expand it. Okay, card samples page. Oh, that's just CSS. Okay, so I put everything in here. For my color picker in the card samples page, I have this, and color helpers from hex string. So I have a helper that helps me to convert from hex to RGB, or to drawing.color. And it's Epic of Sam. Zan is asking, do you know the best way to ask a developer to port a Linux software coded in Qt/QML to Windows? There are a few resources that you could use. Guru, I think it's just called Guru. It's been a while since I've used it, but guru.com is kind of like, it's kind of like the artist one, where you commission an artist to do some artwork for you. So you might be able to post your job on this site and say, any freelancers out there, do you want to take on this project? This is how much I'm willing to pay to have that done. But other than that, I really don't know. It's not something that I have needed to do or looked into or even been approached. Actually, I have been approached by someone to do some work. Yeah, I have no idea. So the actual cost would be, how complex is the project? Is it something that you're actually trying to lift? Like, are you trying to actually clone another, reverse engineer another project? Because that you probably shouldn't be asking for anyway. It is, it's just dependent on how much work it's going to take, how much complexity it has. If it's a simple app, then yeah, it also depends on what level the software developer that you're looking for is at. If they're at a pretty high level, they're probably going to be asking for something between $60 to $120 an hour of work. You could do just the entire project is, again, it really depends on complexity. So I'm not the best person to ask for that because, again, I am a salaried employee and it's what I have the most experience with. So estimating how much it would cost me to do something is even it's even difficult for me to do. Like I would have to base it off of my current salary and also add in those things. But yeah, no problem, Epic of Sam. So I had your stream open. I don't remember starting your stream, but I was waiting for you to start the actual stream. And I have no idea what happened. Like I was there at 5:30 or 6 o'clock my time. And like I don't know, you weren't streaming just yet. And then I got busy. I got caught up in the Microsoft Learn courses and just a whole bunch of stuff. And then somehow that window got covered up, even though it's like there's nothing that should be on that part of this screen over here. I have plenty of space over here and down there and over there. So I didn't see when your stream actually started. I didn't hear my phone go off because my phone told me. It was like Epic of Sam is live. But hopefully it still counted as me lurking in your stream. But I know that when you're just on someone's page and they go live, you actually have to click the button that says watch now. Did I actually say something? Because maybe I did see you. I have no idea. I just remember feeling bad that I said something while I was there. Do you have the VOD posted? Because I'm gonna have to go and watch that back. I don't remember saying anything. What? How do I make this big so I can see? Oh, does you know what I never noticed? Do VODs not have chat playback? I have no idea. I really don't remember saying anything or being there. Digsoff says I didn't say a word unless I was talking in my sleep. Yeah, it was 3 or it would have been 5 for you. You can install FFC and tell it to directly open the video chat page when Frankerface C. And tell it to directly open the video chat page even when a stream is not live yet. Weird. Weird. I think that's one of those partner perks. But yeah, did I miss any chat? I definitely wanted to make sure that I responded to Zan, which I guess the port would require a week at least. And thank you for your answers. You're welcome for the answers. I wish I could be more help in that arena, but again, I work on products for people, for companies as a salaried employee. I haven't done freelance or independent work. And actually, that's a lie. I've done freelance and independent work, but it's all been open source and pro bono free. So, yeah. Where was I? I was in Canada, Peru. So why is Kirk? Oh, because I knew that I was going to change this into a full property. And the way that I'm going to do this is on get, I'm going to, that's what's in my clipboard. I know what's in my clipboard. Okay, thanks, Dukasoft, for the lurk. And Epic of Sam says, I've done work for the price of a sandwich. Usually I get paid in food when I do things like that. Yeah, yeah, I'm a big foodie. I would want to do color state color dot to argb. Wait, what? You know what? Just go to string for now. But I need a hero. I don't need another hero. I need something that is going to provide the conversion from ARGB to hex. And we saw that there are ways to do that fairly easily. Um, okay, so then this thing is not here. The thing that I actually want is string hex. And we're going to go... actually, you know what? We can put this in here because that's going to be a string. So value is a hex code. And we can go var color equals... No, that's the thing that I have in my clipboard, but it's going to be color pro sand, but pro sandwicho doesn't sound. I missed a sentence, didn't I? No, I didn't. Pro sandwicho instead of pro bono. Got it. Pro sandwicho doesn't sound as cool, as helpful, or as cool as pro bono. You had an auto cucumber. Auto cucumber. Color helper. Where's my... All right, let's do one thing at a time. I'm kind of getting all over the place. I need to pull in. Here I go. We have color helpers. This is going to be a public static class. And it's going to have this public static color. So I just brought this from the other project that we have already written the code. And you're going to be a valid hex string. And you know what? I'm just going to take this entire thing because apparently I'm using it all in this one method. So let's get it all. No, one more. There you go, pasta. I really want that emote to be approved ASAP. So annoyed it's still in processing. The cucumber? I see the cucumber. Or as in you want other people to be able to use it. Like on your channel. Your subscribers. Subscribers. You made an emote for an auto cucumber. I don't have a creative way to call IntelliSense something like that. Using... You know what? You know what? No, I'll just put it in here. MAUI custom title bar shared helpers. Okay, so that should help me with color helpers dot from hex string. Why am I doing it this way? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Value, and we'll say it gets a 1.0. Are you giving me back a color? Okay, so that's going to give me back the color anyway. So we may as well do color state dot, it's slowing down, color state dot color is going to be from hex state. Okay, so now I need the opposite. Now I need to go to hex string. Did we find an actual thing that works on system.drawing.color? What? Bob Ross is here? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, it's a party now. Do, 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 do. So I'm gonna go, yeah. Is there an actual way to go from system.drawing.color to hex to hell? Ah, forget you. Can we fix this? Oh, so that's two to a color. Now I need to go the opposite direction, please. Okay, that's pretty easy. Ooh, here it is. To HTML. Color translator to HTML. Bop, bop, and bop. Using system.drawing. Okay, I'm probably going to lurk. I need to get some things done. I hope you are able to get things done. I am going to definitely get things done. I don't need my color helpers anymore because there are built-in ways from system.drawing to go from hex to RGB or to system.drawing.color and from system.drawing.color to hex. Cool. All right, so let's see if this does a thing. What? I just subscribed? Awesome. I just got a gift sub. Do 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 do. I'm not trying to interact. Okay, so we have our color. Cool. And there is nothing that is breaking for us. We are absolutely updating her color. So now the other thing that I want to know is when we update her color, are we actually hitting the event property has changed? So the way that I'm going to do that is back here in the application on startup, I'm going to have it accept a color state, which I've already set in my dependency injection right here so that it provides my color state that's going to be shared throughout the entire application, whether it's being done on the Blazor portion of it or if it's being done from the MAUI wherever I'm deployed to portion of it. So color state, and on initialize, I am going to hook it into color state dot property changed. And we're going to call it handle color changed. And this is the thing that I'm going to want to happen when the color changes, which is I want to update my dictionary entry for title bar color. Background color. And to begin with, I want that to be black. Is that enough? That's not enough. I could just do 0, 0, 0. Because when I set up my my data template, I'm hoping that I can tell this thing here to be a dynamic resource from title bar background color, which will be from the resources in app right here. Oh, I hope. And so that'll set the background of this thing here. I guess I want to do that for this too, for the content control portion, although this never applied. So if I got rid of this, that never actually applied. Barbarossa says, I'm so tired. Why are you tired today? Have you been super duper busy? I just want to make sure, or I need to change this color to something so that I can double check to see if I can use this color at all. Actually, it kind of looks like I can't. Dynamic resource is not in the namespace. Ooh. Dynamic resource doesn't exist in this namespace. Spur. The final. Monkey chicken. So I don't really know what that means. Or this namespace, my bad. I don't know if that means that dynamic resource is not a thing at all, like I can't use it, or that I need to do some other namespace import to use dynamic resource. If this doesn't work and I can't find the answer, we'll just switch back to the project and then we will continue on with community day. So WPF dynamic resource. Markup extension for what namespace do you come from? How do I use it? I just don't know enough about XML. And it's like, you know, you can take your Blazor skills with you to MAUI. But you're still going to have to know something about XML, XAML if you want to do any kind of customizations. So do you know about static resource? Is that a thing? Hi, Max. And thank you. I like this shirt a lot. It's one of my favorites. Yes, dynamic resources are a real thing. I mean, static resources are a real thing. Unless I type dynamic. I bet you I typed dynamic. My dyslexia. Ooh. I don't think it liked this handler. Oh. Of course it didn't like this handler. No, it still doesn't like it. The debugging experience is so terrible. Is it here that you don't like? No. So it's okay with setting the handler. It's not angry at that. What are you angry about then? Okay, so the window just showed up. And there was an exception somewhere between providing the app, whatever that thing was, and this thing doesn't give me a good stack trace to know what all happened up to this point. And hi, Deflux, I'll read your message in a second. I think I'm about needing to quit on this and move back. Yeah, there's just no stack trace for me to find out where this error is coming from or what the error actually is. Output, do you give me some good information? Okay, we'll try two things. We will turn this off. Deflex is here though. He says, hey, I made it. How goes it? Pa. I'm doing kind of the same thing. My app.run isn't working. I'm trying a few things to work out why. What is app.run? No, there is absolutely something else broken with the app. What did I do? I think I'm going to have to turn off this. Dependency injection. Nope. What? What did I break? How did I break it? When did I break it? Why did I break it? We have a color state. What if... No, singleton should be fine. I'm not using any scoped resources inside of color state. So a singleton would work just fine. I don't remember what all I did up to this point. From the time that we saw it actually displaying the color on the screen to what if there's a cycle to now when it's broken? The only thing I thought I did was try to dependency inject it into app.saml. Yeah, so it's not even trying to set it in the page or anything like that. I just wish this thing could give me more information about what the error actually is. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Oh, okay, so back to the app. If you've been here for the past few streams, we have been working on an app together, a brand new app, and it's a financial management tracker. If you're interested in finding out what our progress has been, you can see it over here on my GitHub, the financial management project. It is public, right? Okay. The financial management project. There are two branches currently, the one that we are currently working in, and the master branch, which is the most recent thing that we, of course, pushed to master, which was setting up the database. So over the past 7 or 8 days, I think 8 days, we talked about the application, what it's going to be, started off by saying, here are some requirements for the application, as if we were talking to a client, and getting some information about what the application is intended to do. I'm waiting for my whiteboard to open. Good luck, me. Okay. Then we just started doing some sketching on paper, on a whiteboard, of what kind of stuff the application is going to need. That's not what we did second. The second thing that we did was created the GitHub repo. And in doing so, I also set up the scaffolding for the application itself. And then I drew what my project structure looks like. And because I'm doing both Blazor Server and Blazor WebAssembly side by side, I have a shared library for all of the models that the front end of WebAssembly can use without needing to worry about breaking dependencies using server-side technologies. And then I have a server-side class shared library that the server only and the Blazor WebAssembly's hosted API or hosted server project uses. This uses shared, so anything that inherits from shared server will also get shared. Then there was the user interface. And the user interface, even though this is potentially going to have a desktop version of it, is being done in Blazor. I was about to say MAUI. And so this project here inherits from shared because we only want the non-server side technology type of things in this project. And then the client side uses that UI, and so does the server only. And then finally, the server side, I bet you it's not going to undo for me. Okay, it did. On the server side, we have a database project that the shared server project uses, and I did it again. I was like, what happened? What is this second line? Oh, right. And then the client side, or the all-around shared library, uses just the models down here. And then, of course, the database itself also uses the models. And then the database migration project uses the database project that has the DB context. And this has all of the entities and blah, 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 blah. So then the next day we talked about, let's do some database design. So we talked about what tables we would want in the database, what kinds of stuff the tables would hold. And then we sketched out the ER diagram-ish. And then the day after that, we actually implemented the database, and that was that previous branch that we merged to master. Then we talked about the UI and what stuff we're going to have on the UI, sketched out some ideas on what the pages should look like, and then yesterday we started actually sketching out the pages in code in a new branch, and that is the current branch that is out there on the GitHub repo called Sketching UI. And so we filled in. Why are you so tall? Us short islanders. So hard when we're around tall things. You can go away too. Although we'll probably need you eventually. So we created this branch. How could that be so blind? That is preview version. I would like this one, please. Have I been doing this in? No. Hello, Soldier Lord. Well, I see you. Also, once again, today is Community Day, so I do want to take some time for anyone that might have any topics that they want to discuss with the community. If you have a project that you're working on or anything like that, I would like to invite you into any of the voice channels, probably the stream waiting room in Discord, and then I'll pull you into the actual stream voice channel. Hopefully the audio is working the way that it's supposed to be working. Your voice will come through on stream, and I think I thought of a way to make it to where you can share your screen inside of that channel. So just let me know if there's anything that you want to talk about. And maybe around 12 o'clock when we have about 30 minutes left, so 30 minutes from now, I'll just open up the voice channel for anyone that wants to go in there and chat about whatever. Okay, continuing on with what we did. So let's take a look at what our page looks like currently, because I got it to a point where we could build and we could actually see the content on this first page. The page that we did first is the payment entry page. So that's what we're looking at here. So we'll cd into the Blazor UI project. No, we'll cd into the, which project? WASM project client.net Warsh. Coding with Scott is here too. Just letting himself be known. Again, after pasting in the, not pasting in, but using the cucumber emote. Stop putting cucumbers in my chat. That looks dirty and also hilarious. She typed I'm back already. I missed that comment. Oops. Apps. Okay, so we don't have a way to route directly to any of these pages. I'm going to go ahead and add them to our nav menu before I continue sketching out the rest of the pages so that they can at least show up here and we can click on it. But if we look at the payments page, we will see that all of the controls that we added show up. I'm sure that there's at least one control that I'm missing that I can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, so the form is there, and we are using all of the native Blazor stuff. So only the stuff that comes out of the box with Blazor, as far as components are concerned. I got rid of the Bootstrap CSS library reference, and I also missed a follow. Man, I am being terrible to you guys. Thank you, Reza, for the follow. Or is it Mr. as or is it? Anyway, thanks for the follow. Thanks for being here. I just closed the app. I didn't mean to close the app. We're going to fill in the nav menu really quick. Right. I also, I'm going to need to get rid of a lot of the of the classes on here because we're going to have our own classes. I'm not using Bootstrap. Index. Nope. Imports. Yep. Oh, you both have your own app.razor. Interesting. I have a reminder. What is this reminder that you're telling me about? My calendar just made a noise like I have a something in 15 minutes. I don't. That's weird. I really don't know where that reminder noise came from. Okay. I think it was my work laptop, which I have not been using for the past week and a half. Soldier Lord says, I can't join voice right now, unfortunately, but I was interested in getting some feedback about how a Blazor server application would be architected to work with a Twitch bot. Perfect. That is such a good question. The primary question being, would the Twitch bot be in a separate project and push data into a shared database with the Blazor server project, or would a background worker be something to look into? And what is a background worker? So background worker, let's start with that. Background worker is the older technology. Background worker is something that you can create on your server that is a long-running process that will last for longer than the 90-second average time, or not average time, max time that you have when you call an endpoint. So you'd kind of fire this thing off, and it's part of the application itself, and it runs on its own thread and goes until it completes. Worker service is probably something more that like what you would want to use if you were going to use anything. I'm not saying use worker service, but worker service is something that you can run as a daemon on your machine, on your server, on your host, and that is always sitting there, always running. And what it's usually doing is listening to a message queue, checking for messages. Is there a message? If so, process it, do something with that message, and then maybe call an API or send a message out via Signal R or gRPC or whatever to indicate that this message has been processed and we did a thing. So whoever is listening, do something else in response. The approach that I'm taking, I'm glad you asked, with my autorated Melmsrot, autorated Belms Mott, automated realms bot, is this is an API project that is somewhere out there. It's not hosted anywhere at the moment, but it's essentially the thing that is going to be doing all of my Twitch API connections and communications and stuff. But really, it's just a Signal R hub at the moment. No, it's not. What is this? I don't think I'm even using this yet. Okay, ignore the API for now. So, wait, this really isn't making sense to me. I could have sworn that this API project was just a... What's going on? What is going on? Oh, I have it in an extension. Oh, that was scary. That was super duper scary. All right, so I should have an extension, although I'm still not seeing that either. I'm really confused. Is this actually my GitHub project? It is my GitHub project. I'm going to switch to master real quick. This doesn't feel right. What broke? What did I do? Okay, anyway, the whole point that I'm trying to get to, and I was hoping to be able to give you an example because it's the approach that I took, because it's what I saw after looking through a bunch of resources on how to set up a bot, is you would have your Blazor server. You would only need the actual UI portion of your Blazor server if you're doing something like managing your bot through a browser. All right, this needs to calm down here. Shush. Gosh. And then the other thing that should be running on your Blazor server project is app.addSignalR, builder.services.addSignalR, which you can get for free from a Blazor app. And you would map an endpoint to your SignalR hub. Yeah, so let me switch back to this branch. Discard chain. There's so much stuff that just feels like it's missing. Okay, hey index. What? You know what? I don't have it on my Git yet. I bet you. Oh my gosh, that was so scary. I was starting to put it in my GitHub repo. And yes, I would consider putting it in a public repo, but not until I am sure that I'm not exposing any keys or doing something in a way that I should not be doing it. Okay. So here's the deal. I have my working sample in a separate project, and I was trying to slowly move the code over into my GitHub project so that I can understand what it is that I'm doing. And now I'm trying to explain it, only half understanding it. So here you can see that I have a Blazor WASM app, but this could just as easily be a Blazor server project too. So here you can see that I am doing add signal R. In the server project, I am configuring all of my information for Twitch. Yeah, here it is. In app settings, which I can show because I have them all in my secrets. And so I followed an example from Fierce Kittens, and that's how it wasn't Fierce Kittens that gave me this, I don't think. I think there was another Twitch bot example that I used to get this. But I started with Fierce Kittens sample bot. And then I adapted it. So here, this bot IRC password, since you're running on server, you can actually go to twitchapps.com/TMI and generate a OAuth token. And so this thing here is going to be the value OAuth colon all of this stuff, whatever your actual token is. And so this is essentially just getting configured to or bound to Twitch options. And then my client options, again, I got this from wherever that sample was. And then I'm using the Twitch Lib NuGet package as my Twitch client, or to get a Twitch client. So this is from Twitch Lib. And then this is my Twitch bot inside of this application. And so the Twitch bot knows how to connect to the Twitch hub and then asks the Twitch hub to so there's two things going on here. There's the Twitch bot that has the ability to communicate using the Twitch Lib client to Signal R, or not to Signal R, to Twitch, and set up that webhook connection to say when an event happens, send me the message. When I get the message, I'm going to do a thing. And so that is all of these: the on left channel, on join channel, disconnect. Well, this disconnect is actually disconnecting from Signal R. No, this is disconnecting from Twitch Lib, Twitch client. Oops. And then post messages to chat. So just to prove that this is a thing, I will cd into apparently this. Now watch. Yesterday, when today was tomorrow, that was already too much day for me. Okay, so the screen for me that I'm using as my UI, because I'm also planning on having this be a browser source that I use in OBS that I can control from OBS and interact with on OBS, but I will also have a dashboard that'll probably be a MAUI project, but I can connect to Twitch, and now I'm connected to both Irish John Games and my own channel. And here's your comment that you just now typed into Twitch. And so my bot can type back into our channel. And it can also respond to commands, but only commands that I type. And also, just to show that it's not like specifically because I typed bang something or other, it could be that I am saying, hello, automated realms. I like your hat. And so it'll respond back to me because I told it anytime you see a message in chat that has either Yeah, that has either the bot's name or my name. Oh, only the bot's name. I thought that I also did it when I was saying my name too. Anyway, it'll respond to the person that chatted and say, I like your hat too. So what if you had a dedicated day for us to work on this project? I mean, I know you have a lot of projects though. Yeah, so we're this is not that. Oh, you guys are crazy. That's a different stream. Um, the answer to that should be I am one within 0.05% of 100% certain that one lion is wearing his hair. That's what it would just respond to that. Yeah, so as you can see, Coding with Scott just added automated realms, and it didn't respond to him because at the moment, if a message that's being sent is not from me, it doesn't process that message. The next check that I do is the message empty? Because there are times that you can just type. Actually, I've seen it before, but you can type you can have a blank message. I could have sworn that I've seen that before. But anyway, I just checked to see, is there an actual message being sent? Is there text? Is it on my channel? Because right now I'm listening to both Irish John Games' channel and my channel. He let me borrow his chat so that I could do some stuff. And so I'm essentially saying if the thing that you type in there is starts with a bang, then it's going to be a command. If it's anything else at the moment, if it has, if it's from my channel and it has either my name or Automated Realms' name, oh, that's what's happening. So yeah, it is also my name. One lion likes tacos. Then it will also respond back because my plan is if someone sends me a message that is at me or at Automated Realms, then it will respond to that message to let them know I will read this, I promise, kind of thing. But only under certain conditions. Like I would probably have a timer, and then if I don't respond to the message before that timer ends, then I'll have Automated Realms send back a message to whoever originally posted the at me thing. Everything I type ends with a bang. Yeah. And so it would read those. It would see like bang, 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 bang as a command. But what I'm going to do is have some sort of either database or even disk storage, whatever, that will give me all of my commands that are possible. So I'm not going to have it hard coded like this. But right now, I would process that command in some way. So if it's some kind of I'm supposed to respond to chat in some way, then I'll do that. If it's I'm supposed to make something appear on the screen, I'll do that. And then I'll also try to find a way to write our own little syntax language for us to be able to create new commands from chat. If you are VIP subscriber, if you're a regular old Jane Doe, then you would be able to create certain types of commands as well. Things like this. So the whole point is this can be, instead of being a WASM project, this can be a Blazor server project. You can run it on your own machine locally, or you can publish it to the cloud or some hosting service and have it running and have it connect to your chat. There is some setup that goes into that. Oh yeah, yeah. And you can also see all of the information that you get back from Twitch Live, from that Twitch client, for the event that it gets back. So in this case, when you do a chat, I can read your badges. So for example, where's user? There, who just typed that? Zultralord. All the data. So Zultralord is a subscriber at level 3. Oh, 3 months. Is a 3-month subscriber. He did not spend bits on that particular post. It was to my channel. It wasn't from retrieving a reward. So like, you can spend points on a reward like that. So we would see, oh, I don't know if we would see that. Science is here. Cool stream on the Stream Scribes channel. That was fun. Although you didn't do very much talking. I don't know if that was on purpose. But thanks for the lurk. But yeah, we get all of this information about you. The other thing that we can get is whether you're doing a /me. So I should see is me is true. And it's kind of weird. Hello, Tyron. And it's kind of weird that is moderator is coming back as false, but I am a moderator. So not exactly sure. So, I mean, this just like with all of this information, I can just see so many things that we can do with this. It even gets the color of your name. So if I wanted to, I could change the color of something based off of who chatted most recently. Yeah, whatever that thing may be. Yeah, Tyron says, done for the day, I hope. Dukasoft's like, until Monday. Is broadcaster is probably true. Is broadcaster is true. Zoltra Lard. Okay, Deflex, thanks for telling us. Is it the same error? He's having fun with this. Is it the same error that you've been getting that we have already talked about that we never were able to figure out? Did you just call me fat? But yeah, so there's a ton of stuff that you can get from the response. It's cool. It's good. I guess to go back to your original question is if I were to do this in a Blazor server project, I would set it up just like this, which is I would have signal R be the thing that lets whatever else know in real time to do some kind of update. Although if you're running Blazor server and your UI is in that Blazor server project, you don't even need signal R. You just do whatever that notification thing is. If you're doing something like what Broken Sword has, which is he's hooked into the webhooks for Twitch for any kind of events that happen on specific people's channels, then after an event happens, he sends a message to using the Discord API so that he can post to our announcements channel that a stream has started, a stream has ended, someone has followed, all of those things. Yeah, so if you use Blazor and your UI is in that Blazor project, you don't need Signal R Hub. If you're using Blazor Server is what I meant to say. If you're using Blazor Server and you need to make an API call outside, you would still just use a HTTP client and configure it with the correct authorization headers, or if it's just a URL that you supply a client ID to, or the token, then you do that. But Blazor Server is probably, like Blazor Server and Blazor WebAssembly with a hosted backend, where your Twitch communications happen on the backend, is probably the most secure way to connect up a Twitch bot. You can use your OAuth key directly. Otherwise, there is a method for having something like a static web app or a Blazor WebAssembly page be able to do API request to Twitch. No. So Twitch Live comes with a Twitch client, and that uses webhooks, I believe. Or WebSocket. I said hooks. WebSockets. And so essentially what it does is it creates a WebSocket between the application and Twitch, and anytime a Twitch event happens, then the Twitch Live Twitch client raises or receives that event and then raises it for your application to do something with. But there's also a connection to the Twitch API that I think Twitch Live has that tells Twitch to do things. So you use an API to send messages to Twitch to do something. So join channel or leave channel, or yeah, those things. Those would be done using the API. And then to receive messages and events, you're using the WebSockets. But yes, you would just inject the Twitch Live or the Twitch client. You reference the Twitch Live, Twitch Live, using NuGet or however you want to add it to your project, and you inject the Twitch client from Twitch Live. Interesting, he says. But yeah, deflex. So if it's a thing that you actually want to ask about deflex, first of all, be direct about it. Can you help with? And second, if it is, then just hop into a voice channel and we'll just talk about it, see what's going on. I've always thought of bots as console apps. Yeah. So again, this could also be a worker service that is either running in a console. You start and stop it whenever you want. It could be a Windows service. So running as a daemon on your operating system. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I don't really get 400 errors, if that's the question. I don't know that I've ever seen. No, that's a lie. I'm definite that I've seen an error 400 on occasion, but it's very rare because I tend not to do the same types of operations that you do. You have a lot of server to server operations that you need to manage, or your server needs to call another API. And those are just things that the apps that I write didn't ever need to do. Oh, is the thing where an app breaks after 2 weeks after fixing it, does that happen to me often? And then you can't remember what you did to fix it. No, the thing that happens more often to me is I'll close a project for 2 weeks and then I'll come back to it. And, the last thing that we did in the project works. And then I'll come back to it and then suddenly it doesn't work after 2 weeks with no changes to the project. Kind of like what's happening with the the MAUI title bar project. Okay, so that was a fun conversation though. But when I do, I already told you the story that I thought Dos Equis was like hard liquor. I didn't think it was a beer, just because of the way the commercials are. I thought that it was more like a brandy or um, rum or something. So I do have a question. Say I have a service and I want my controller to only be available if that service is running. Kind of like a dependency. Okay, I'm following you. Scrap that question. You keep leading me down a road that goes nowhere, and I'll stop following eventually. Um, pages, payments, another page, deposits, another page, transfers, another page, transaction history. Yeah. So I wanted to call it transactions, but it almost sounds like it would be another data entry form as opposed to a display page. So those are going to show up now, right now, except that the app isn't running anymore. When did I stop this app? Excuse me, are you still running? I didn't stop the app. This is the bot. You are welcome. My what now? All right, so it is 12 to, oh, Deflux is in the waiting room. It is 12 o'clock my time, and so I would like to open up the voice channel for anyone that wants to come in. Caller number 1, you are live.
How we doing?
We're doing just fan.
Yeah, I'm going a little. That question was a prelude. So basically, I've switched from calling this thing statically, and I'm trying to like actually do it like I'm supposed to do it, like have it sort of. So like rather than me, I don't know how to just quite describe it. Other than so it's like I want to run this thing. So in my program.cs, so I want to spin up the application, my API application. And once I spin up the application, I want to spin up the integration with what they call the messaging service, which is it's like an Azure Service Bus but on-prem. Right, and so to do that, I do app.services get service, and then I get the service that class, and then I run the I do dot message interrupt with core, which then starts firing off a bunch of stuff for um, um, for that integration, whatever that does. So now going back to my controller, and I now need to inject the messaging service rather than just referencing the static version. So I think I need to go in and like remove static from everything or something like that.
Yes.
Because it's not because it's like the service version. Everything the static doesn't seem to show in the injected version or in the injected.
Yeah. Yep. And that would be the case because when you inject something, you're actually instantiating it. And when you try to dot off of something that's instantiated and try to get back the static methods, you're not going to do that. You have to dot off of the class name.
Yeah, let's see if that'll help me. I just removed a static from like 50 different things, so we'll see if it like screams and cries when I go to build it. Ah, now my controller's saying no bueno. Nice. Okay, this is good.
Coding with Scott says, my favorite thing is when you put transaction objects into a SQL transaction. No confusion in that code. This is true. But we're not directly doing, well, I guess we kind of are. So when we do our actual financial transactions, we will be wrapping everything inside of a begin transaction, do the work, commit, or sorry, save changes, and then commit transaction or rollback. So yes, yes, it is going to be kind of confusing, but I doubt it. I think it'll be fine. We'll be fine.
All right, we've got one controller down, 5 to go.
Yay. 16 candles. I need to figure out if I put everything on the payments page that I wanted to, because I kind of rushed at the end just to get it to build and show. Transaction date, payee, Menmo, line item type. We even saw that we can actually add line items. And they show up down here with the total. Line item type, detail, amount, posted date, and account, and submit. So
I'm gonna be pretty excited if this works.
Me too. I mean, you already knew the
Because
answer. You just were unsure.
yeah, well, so yeah, I mean, I guess I'm doing like 10 different things. Okay, so here's my actual question for you I had earlier that I was thinking of. So for whatever reason, I've done something. I'm not sure what that something is. And now when I spin up my API version, my API application, it no longer prints out logs. Like it used to like print out a bunch of stuff to the log of everything that's going on, and now it's just a blank screen, like just as the cursor. That's it. So I don't know where I would even go to configure that, let alone what I did that actually did that broke it.
Like if you would essentially look for anything that says debug.writeLine or console.log or underscore logger dot.
Well, I don't mean that stuff. I mean the stuff like it automatically logs for you. So like for instance, it would say like the HTTP address of Kestrel. Like when you span it up, it says here's my HTTP addresses I'm using. It doesn't do any of that anymore. It's just blank.
Like these things. Now listening on.
Yeah, that stuff. The now listening on. Yeah, that stuff no longer shows up. I managed to break it somehow. It used to say the info on the left. It's like yeah, it doesn't. It's like I put like a log thing in there that says anything that's a log, ignore. I don't know what I've done.
Like
So,
the environment that you're running on might not be the environment that's getting affected by the logging level. So I would check app settings and see what the default log level is.
oh, that's definitely it. Because I've had people mess with the app settings. Okay, no, I have log level information default warning. So default is information. Microsoft ASP.NET warning, and then
There's something
Microsoft none.
else.
What the hell is Microsoft none?
I don't know.
That's probably a problem right there. Microsoft none. Removing that line.
And then detailed errors being turned on for app settings.development. And then the machine that you're doing this on, do you have an ASP.NET Core environment variable set?
What you mean to say? Is it running in on a Windows computer? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. So let me see if I can find mine. Actually, I wouldn't have one on this machine, but I could make a one. Advanced settings. Nope. Environment variables. So you know the environment variables, yes? They are in your computer, right click, manage, and then you eventually get to
Yeah.
environment
I know
variables. Okay.
those. What
So
would
there
they be?
is an environment variable for something like ASP.NET,
No, I don't have anything in there. Like the server it's running on is like a blank server.
whatever it's called. Yeah, because if it has an environment variable set, then it's going to only use app settings and whichever one of these matches that environment variable. So in our case, because we're running just on the system itself, using all of the defaults, then it's getting development when we're running with the debugger, unless we are in release mode.
Oh, could I use environment variables then to like say this is a QA server versus this is a.
Yes,
Oh, I should do that.
absolutely.
That would be brilliant.
So
Right now, I literally have a property in the app settings, and every time I publish it, I have to retype in the property and app setting to tell it what mode to be
yeah,
in.
so you would call it something like staging for your QA. And then you would have an app settings.staging.json.
I should
So
totally do
whatever
that.
name you put in there, I just can't remember what the actual. I can Google it real quick though.
Well, I could Google that.
Environment variable. I don't want to use multiples. Yeah, it's ASP.NET Core _ environment. And then that's where you can use the Razor syntax for environment helper tag. And you can also use it in app settings, and your app settings.blah.json would match that environment variable name. Nifty. So many
Yeah, I'd
things you
have
can
to
do with
Google it as well
environments.
because
Well, I'll give you this page at least because this has a lot of information on it.
all right, so I fixed the controller thing. Let's see what happens.
Magic. And for my next trick, I will turn this bottle
We have more of them, I
into
guess. Ooh.
a bottle. Bottle, you're not helping. It needs to go further back. There.
Okay.
Into this. Magic. Drink water. Spawn a bottle out of nowhere. Put it back into my magic satchel. Yes. That would be cool. I want to have a little AR thing show up right around here when I reach back. Like, it should know that when I do this motion, it should open a portal. I have just declared a bang water gun fight with Phoebe. Oh no. Oh no, what's going on with your friends? If you're gonna do water balloons, make sure that the balloons aren't actual bottles. I made that mistake before. We didn't have balloons, so I was like, next best thing, just throw water bottles at each other. Bad idea. Cutting with Scott says, I want to do some Twitch AR integration. Me too. Just start playing with Godot. I'm going to do it using Blazor. I hope that's okay with you. I'm going to find some way to use Blazor. And I think, I guess I could use some JavaScript framework or some wrapper around JavaScript framework. The one that I'm currently familiar with is A-Frame. And yeah, it was easy to use. So the only thing that I would need it to be able to do is get the image from my camera, or at least from XSplit, and then be able to do something like this shirt. Wouldn't it be cool if I could, whenever it notice that I'm wearing this shirt, animate the loading progress bar? That'd be so cool. Anyway, I'm getting nothing done. Yeah. Have you ever taken a look at StereoKit? I have taken a look at StereoKit. I haven't done anything with it nor gotten too far into it, but absolutely would be something worth looking into to accomplish the thing that I want to do. Yeah, it's like maybe one of the things that I would benefit from is getting a Magic Leap, or maybe there would be some way for me to use the HoloLens without it needing to be on my head to do the hand tracking. I don't know how that would be possible, but you know, it's got a connect up here essentially. So the technology that's up here for the sensors and stuff is the much better version of Connect. Yeah. Dudazov says, I'm currently working on a simple buy-sell shares game using Blazor Wasm just for the learning experience. That's awesome. Don't have anything to show you yet. That's completely okay. Whenever you are ready, definitely share it with us. If you even want to, I don't want to put pressure on you to. It's just cool to hear that you are doing something like that at minimum. Al mínimo. Why do you still have a pay? Oh, I know why. Deposhi. Game planning to get rich in Playbucks? Absolutely. Because if you can gamify buying and selling shares, then you could make an actual app for buying and selling shares.
I like to know that game.
You would like to sell that game? Is that what you said?
Yeah. No, I said I like the sound of that game.
You like the sound of that game. Yes. Okay, data entry. That's cool. Dugasoff said, just planning to have something to show off. Absolutely. And you know, I encourage that. What did I call it on this page? Enter deposit details. Coding Scott says, then you can sell NFTs of your game's share certificates, and then buy real shares with the profits from the game. Good plan too. Absolutely. Just turn it into fake money that people will pay real money for. Just so they can say, I own this piece of digital content. But yeah, StereoKit definitely does look like something I want to work with. I just need to know if there's a way that I can do that. Without a headset or other physical device. Because the whole point is I want whatever I end up using to be able to read video input and then do stuff with it. So my camera is right there. If needed, I will put whatever sensor needs to be up there next to the camera to detect distance and stuff like that. But if the app is good enough, kind of like XSplit, it'll know how to detect me and then be able to see things like the content of my shirt. But this thing does have the issues where parts of me disappear if the lighting is just wrong. I keep covering this up because I keep wanting to look at StereoKit. Bang shirt. With an 86% certainty, I can tell you that One Lion is wearing his black shirt because 86% of my shirts are black. What? Ah, I need this stuff. We need a deposit entry view model. You may need to sew some chroma key fabric over that part. No, that's the whole point of AR. No chroma keys, no nothing. It's just going to happen. It's going to be that good. I'm going to put digital assets that cover this without the need of a chroma key. And since it's going to be overlaid on the camera itself, it doesn't need to, I don't need to worry about it being holographic or semi-transparent, unless I wanted it to. Then I could have my little Agathion flying around. I have so many dreams. One of them is going to happen. At least one. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. That's just the way it is. Prop. What do we need for this page? We need a few things. We need another hero. Excuse me, why can't I? Arigato. The transaction date or deposit date in this case. The target account. Why don't I have the from account on here? Oh, because this is a deposit. This isn't a transfer. Shove you. Oops. My brother. What about my brother? My brother's been posting a lot of pictures to the social medias. So weird. Social media. Property. Deposit reason. Did we actually make a table for deposit reasons? Did I land on that? Kind of looks like no. Because a deposit is just a payment, but it's a payment of a negative amount to the target account. Yeah, I really don't know how I'm currently doing that. Excuse me, how are we handling deposits? We're filtering them out so that we don't have to drink hard water. Here is a miscellaneous functions. But it's not miscellaneous functions. It's in account functions, right? Let me make sure my server information is not showing. Not as easy to have don't dox yourself for a VBA project. That's balance info. That is payday. Where are all of my functions for entering payment information? On the actual form. Right, that's how this works. You remember that. It's the code behind for a form. Transactions. All right. I really, really want to find where my connection is that has my username and password stuff. Okay, so I just need to make sure I don't open this file. That's Internet Explorer connector. That's DB session. So it's in my modules. If I don't open any of my modules, we should be fine, right? Okay, so in my enter payment form, when I'm entering a deposit, and I click the button for submitting a deposit, here we are, submit transaction. Deposit. Isn't this great code? Cover your eyes, everyone. It's VBA. Do you have a dark mode yet? No, but I can turn it into dark mode. Why didn't that work? How did I get there even? Like, I went straight to it, and now I don't even know where I was to do that. It's so weird. Tools options. Oh, I just did it backwards. My bag. Like, why didn't it apply? What? That's not quite what I meant. Ew. It's YBA. Oh, it's this indicator thing probably. No, not an indicator thing. Oh, this is bad. Oh, oh. That would be a lot of things that I would have to update. Yeah, we're gonna go with auto for now. Go Menasite. Habitus came in at the right time. Not as bad as SQL. You're terrible, Deflex. Yeah, if only they had a theme drop down. I mean, how long has Access been around? And this is like yes, we have the same VBA editor, but you think that could have been updated maybe? Anyway, submit transaction for a deposit. The way that I am doing that is my deposit account list is the account that I'm sending it to, and the description is coming from. There is no description. Wait, there is two. There's a description. So what is account paid to? My description is a pay to. And I have a deposit transfer flag. Wait, it's not a pay to, it's a line item type. No, the line item type is subtotal all the time. That's what that means. What is he doing? It is pay to. So in my list of pay tos, I have things like regular paycheck. Oh. Oh. Max says, I almost finished my website, but I have a bug. Is it something you can help me with? No. And the reason I'm saying no today, Max, is because you're asking me right at the end of my stream, and I need to get back to work. So if you come back on Monday, I'll be able to help you then. Absolutely. But, yeah, and we also have a Discord server where you can ask your questions and we will answer it. But that is our time for the stream, though. I need to revisit what we're going to do with deposits, because I'm not following the same process that I'm doing in the Access database that I'm using as my financial tracker that I want to replace this with.
I'm going to hop in real quick and say I have to hop off. So thanks for having me again. And I shall be in chat.
Enjoy. I'll be in chat too. But thank you all for hanging out. Any channel. So if it's Max is asking what channel should I post it to. If it's a .NET related question, then the .NET help, codehelp.net. If it is a non.NET related question but still code, then codehelp non.net. If it's just a regular non-code question, it's a non-code channel. I thought that I named them okay. And hi, Broken Sword, thanks for lurking around or just showing up. It doesn't matter. Thank you for saying hi, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And Broken Sword re-upped his subscription. 14 months straight. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate you. Aw, look at it. It was just sitting there. All kawaii. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, whatever you happen to be doing, whether it's more work, whether it's all play, whether it's some mix of neither or both. I just hope you enjoy yourselves. I'm going to get back to studying, And I'm really, really looking forward to Monday because I get to start working on the work product again, finally. So just really, really, really looking forward to that. If you guys come back on Monday, I'll see you then. Otherwise, I will see you whenever you are back. Enjoy your time for now. That's it from me. Check out the video from yesterday. It'll be posted to YouTube sometime today after the stream, after I grab a snack. And then today's video will be posted either tomorrow or Monday, whenever I get around to it. But yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Ciao. See you later. Okay. Bye.